IE, consisting of Ms. Wong Woon Yen as the first speaker, Ms. Carissa Yeoh as the second speaker, Mr. Tae Hee An as the third speaker, and Ms. Michelle Lu as the fourth speaker.
Good morning to you guys, chairman, audience, and the judges.
And on my left is the opposition team, consisting of Mr. Tae Ding Song from Class ID as the first speaker, Ms. Lai Zimin from Class IB as the second speaker, Ms. Agnes Uy from Class IA as the third speaker, and Mr. Lam Bo Wei from Class ID as the fourth speaker. Now, I would like to introduce our team of adjudicators, Madam Kaur, Miss Wendy, and Miss Ong. I, Liu Yuhong, will be the chairperson for this debate, and Dan Xiaozheng will be the timekeeper. Now, I'm going to introduce the rules of today's debate competition. Firstly, the maximum time for each speech is 5 minutes for the first, second, and third speaker, and 4 minutes for reply speeches. Next, during the rebuttals, debaters may not bring up any new arguments or new evidence except in direct refutation of material which has already been presented. Then, members will speak only when called upon by the speaker. There is to be no heckling. Besides, all speakers should attempt to both deliver at least one POI and to accept one POI during the course of the debate. There is no continuous POI allowed. It's considered as heckling. Furthermore, the first minute of each constructive speech is considered protected time, during which no POI can be made. In addition, no POI and new main points may be made during the reply speeches. Moreover, the government must defy the resolution. Their definition must be accepted unless it is undebatable or unreasonable. Lastly, is the time limit of competition. Time given is 5 minutes. The first bell will ring after the speaker speaks for 1 minute, like this. After 1 minute, members of the opposition team can then raise the POI. After the speaker has spoken for 4 minutes, the bell will ring, like this. POI can still be made after this. POI time given is 15 seconds. After the bell rang, the speaker will have to stop. And after the speaker has spoken for 5 minutes, the bell will ring twice, like this. The speaker will have to stop. I now call upon the first speaker of the government to present her case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairman and Timekeeper. Good morning to Chairman, Timekeeper, my respected judges, my worthy opponents, and teachers, and my fellow friends. Today, our topic is this House believes that the world is becoming a better place. My name is Wong Woon Yen. As the first speaker of the government team, I'm going to give the definition as the first point of our topic. That is, the world standard of living has improved significantly. The second speaker, Carissa, will be rebutting the points of the opposing team and giving her 2 points, that is about global village and technology has improved greatly in all aspects of human life. For the third speaker, Tae An, he will be rebutting the points of the opposing team and strengthening our team's points. The fourth speaker, Michelle, will be giving the reply speech as the government side. This House believes that the world is becoming a better place. Now, I will define the topic. The definition of becoming is the process of changing, and better is more desirable, satisfactory, or effective. We will be looking at how the world is becoming better from an economic, technology, and scientific perspective. Now, I will start with my point, which is the world standard of living has improved significantly. Usually, when it comes to standard of living, we are always asking ourselves whether we are rich. But we always compare ourselves to the super rich. If we compare ourselves to people living 200 years ago, we are all rich. Unlike Unlike people before who could not even afford food, having enough food nowadays is not a problem for most people. Yes.
What kind of work you want to do through the become rich? What do you mean?
Please repeat.
What kind of work you need to do is to become rich?
I'll leave it to my brother. We merely ask people, how is your standard of living today? Because it is an economic concept generally measured by standards such as real income per person and poverty rate. Economic growth leads to less starvation. As the economy is not that good in the past, many people suffer and die from starvation. For example, during the Second World War, the economy in many countries dropped tremendously that so many people don't even have food to fill up their stomach. As for now, we live in peaceful time where most people have food. According to Food Aid Foundation, we can see a 42% reduction in the prevalence of starving people between 1990 and 2014. The number of seriously starving people in these developing regions has gone down from 23.4% in 1990 to about 1 in 8 people of the overall population. In addition, there are also other measures to assess the standard of living such as healthcare and life expectancy. The economy has grown steadily. The economy has grown steadily. People's standard of living is constantly increasing and our life has become much better than before. According to Thomas Hobbes, who was an English philosopher, once said, life in the old days is nasty, brutish and short. Compared to people in 1800, the health condition of our ancestors were such that around 43% of the world's newborn died before their 5th birthday. Why are we living longer now? It is because of healthcare. In the old time, education is not developed yet, so there's no proper healthcare. As for now, education is much higher and healthcare is becoming better, so people now live healthier and longer. Life expectancy across the world is over 13% higher today than it was in the 1960s. Now to conclude my point, now we can see how economy is growing steadily. The improvement of our daily life and the comparison of human lifespan between 200 years ago and now. We, the government team, has the reason to believe that the world's standard of living has improved greatly and strongly agree to our today's motion that is this House believe that the world is becoming a better place. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Next, we have the first speaker of the opposition to present his case. Time given also 5 minutes. Please begin.
Good morning to the judges, timekeeper, chairman, and all debaters from the government team. Our team is going to debate a title about the world is getting worse than before. I am the first speaker of the opposition team, and I am going to talk about the wars that harm the world not becoming a better place. Zooming as the second speaker from the opposition team, she will be doing the rebuttal and representing the second and third point about why the world is becoming worse than before. Next, we have the third speaker, Agnes. She will be doing the rebuttal as well. Last but not least, Bowie as the fourth speaker, he will be giving us the reply speech. Once again, our house strongly disagree that the world is getting better every day. Why do we say the world is getting worse? The first point why the world is getting worse every day is about war. War will affect our environment. Now those advanced big countries such as China, USA, Japan, Korea are inventing more deadly weapons to start the war. Those inventions are not only inventing bombs, they also create poison gas. Poison gas will poison humans, peoples, animals until they die, including a title called Doomsday. Many experts use it for calculating how many days are left to the next war. If World War III starts, those deadly weapons are poison gas is enough to kill the creature in the whole world. They may also start a nuclear war. Like a scientist from America said, I know not with what weapon World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought by sticks and stones. Who said this? Albert Einstein. It means that once we start a war, and it will be end of the earth, like a creature extinction. Everything starts over again. How can we call the world is becoming better like this? War can also affect political of a country. Starts a war needs a lot of money, but it usually did not get it back. It makes a country become poor. Yes.
As you say, war will harm our world. Then I will got a question. Can you tell us what World War III are beginning? How World War III are beginning? Thank you.
I will leave it to my third speaker. Thank you. After an economy of a country become devalued, no foreign businessman would like to business with their country, and the tourism will never be good. If you ask a tourist guide, would you like to take your customer to a country by carrying a bag of money and walk around seeing holes, cracked buildings, and dead soldiers? No. So it indirectly affects a country economy. A country that is poor will also direct effects. The local residents in the country, they have no food, no water, and the town is without any store. The local residents for sure will migrate their country. So, if the situation continues, the world will end up like this. Continuous war and loss of military technology have caused the total destruction of environment. Mahatma Gandhi once said, Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but no every man's greed. Besides that, environment nowadays is in grave danger. It has become so polluted to the extent we are facing climate change. Do you realize that the icebergs in the North Pole is melting at an unprecedented rate? It is preceded that in just 2 years, the North Pole will disappear. The disappearance will cause the rise in sea level, and few places like Maldives will be wiped out. Did you ever think on what will happen next without the relative sea? Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Next, we have the second speaker of the government to present her case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Good morning, honorable adjudicators, members of the opposing team, chairman, timekeeper, and audience. According to the first speaker of the members of the opposing team say that China is creating bomb, but China is also creating technological products for the world. Now, my team's second point for this house belief that the world is becoming a better place is about global village. We are now connected by many convenient modes of travel, global media, advanced technologies, and seamless information transfer, and that we have becoming a sort of single global community. In 2004, Indian Ocean happened a tsunami. People from all over the world are helping them. This proves that our world is more interconnected, care about people from other places, that is heading to the global village. Global village also includes social media like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. All these social medias are making the world smaller and smaller we can be in touch with each other and know more about the things all around the world. Compared to... Yes?
Somebody want to create any problem with the internet, so if they can do it.
But there is a law in the internet, right? But okay. And know more about the things all around the world. Compared to 50 years ago, we surely face difficulties knowing the things around the world. So it means that the world is becoming a better place. Besides that, my team's third point for this house belief that the world is becoming a better place is technology has improved greatly in all aspects of humans' life. First of all, I would like to talk about how technology has changed transportation. In today's world, electric trains, aeroplanes, different types of cars have helped us in going from one place to another, more conveniently, faster, and with comfort. Furthermore, technology in information has already developed vigorously nowadays. We can easily search for information or anything in Google or Wikipedia. If we look back 100 years ago, surely no one can find information on a computer or even own a computer. Without computers or internet, we surely will face difficulties in different aspects. Do you mean that you did not search to this point from your computer or own a technological product in your house? Of course you own it too. So this is evidence that the world is becoming a better place. Additionally, technological in education also helps a lot in our lives. Now let me give some examples. All classrooms in our school are installed with air conditioner, lighting, LCD screen, and projector. Include today's audiovisual room also have aircon. Could my worthy opponent say that you are not using it? Of course you do. Even the microphone in your hand that helps you to amplify your voice is also considered as technological products. So, this house believes that the world is becoming a better place. Lastly, I would like to say that when worse comes to worse, only getting better is an option. That's why, when you are complaining, all you want about how horrible everything is, there's certainly a lot left to be fixed. But before you complain it, the future, remember, the world is becoming a better place. And it leads to the topic today. We in the government stands on the motion. This house believes that the world is becoming a better place. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Next, we have the second speaker of the opposition to present her case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Good morning to the judges, timekeepers, chairman, and all debaters and also audience. I'm the second speaker, Lizamin from the opposition team. The motion of today's debates is that this house believes that the world is becoming a better place. Ladies and gentlemen, we, the opposition team, strongly disagree that the world is becoming better. Now, I would like to start my first point. The technology as a barrier would be too universal, but I'm sure that you must be think that technology brings a lot of benefits for us, human. We create them to make our life become better, but the better can be dangerous. We rely too much on technology and we humans do nothing. Just a simple question, can you remember all the phone number of your friends and also family? I'm sure you've done this before when you have a phone. Yes?
You say that we have phone last time, right? And is that it is technological product, right? So it leads that the world is becoming a better place, right? Thank you.
I will say it by my next. And the technology are taking away our jobs when we are moving on. We feel that this is a blessing because everything is become easier. But if everything can be done by technology, Where is the value of human? Human will become useless. If you feel that is too far away from now, I would say this is happened. Nowadays, there are also people that abuse the advance of the internet to do some things that are harmful to others. For example, IS. They use communication network to brainwash and recruit others to participate in their brutal killings. There's also hackers that hack into bank system and stole money. From the source that I found, since late 2013, an unknown group of hackers have reportedly stolen $300 million, possibly as much as triple that amount from banks across the world, with the majority of the victims in Russia. Next, technology also threatens the human relationship. The most disturbing thing is that we rarely saw people having proper communication this day. Yes, you did have a family dinner last night, but did you talk with each other, or you just busy off your phones? People rather choose to communicate through phones than having a decent conversation and eye contact. For this phenomenon is coming from the progressive world. We won't find this 10 years ago, but we can clearly see this from nowadays. What a sad world we are living in. And nowadays, almost everyone in this world have friends from internet world. Yes, it's great to having lots of friends from all over the world, but do you really know this also called friends of yours? Think again. We don't really recognize these people and we don't even know their personality, morality, culture, and we're not even sure that things that they post in their profile picture. No, I'm not exactly. The profile picture they use might be someone else's face. Besides that, people also have been giving too much emphasis on the global language. English and Mandarin is catching up, but how about the native languages? It is lost, it stands with the times. According to a senior teacher, Patricia Rain asked, is the world focused on English preventing the spread of great ideas in other languages? We are not telling people that learning English is a bad choice. The globalization of English to be connection around the world. You know that other languages are dying at an unprecedented rate. Marcus Garvey once said, people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Now, before I have said, I would like to say once more that we strongly disagree that the world is becoming a better place. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Next, we have the third speaker of the government to present his case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Good morning, honorable agent speakers, members of the opposition team, chairman and audience. My name is Tae An and I'm the third speaker of the government side. Just now, as the first speaker said of the government opposition team said, war will harm our world, but you didn't answer my POI how the World War III are beginning. As the second speaker said, technology will harm us, but technology is good to us. If you disagree with me, you can refer to my second speakers. If you say human will be lazy, but we also need to control the robot or technology, like writing programs to let the robot work. Also, you said IS will use technology to harm people or doing something bad. I strongly disagree with it. At the year between 1973,
POI, please.
yes?
Can you say the factor why you disagree that the IS is dangerous for our world?
Okay, now, factor of IS is, it is the fault of their leaders, not all the IS, just the leaders' fault, okay? Now, at the year between 1973 to 1995, the crime rate has become higher. But when between 1996 to present, which is 2017, is becoming lower. This rate is proven that people come to realize the truth and start to make some action. If this continues, our world will becoming better. Now, I would like to strengthen my team cases. According to my team first speaker, she said about the world standard of living has improved significantly. Nowadays, people live in a good standard. There will be less starvation. She also said that between 1990 to 2014, the starving people has gone between 33.4% to about 1 in 8 people. Plus, Thomas Hobbes said life in the old world is nasty, brutal, and short. In 18th century, there are around 45% of newborn die, but now there are more health care. People can live longer and healthier. According to my team second speaker she said about global village. Global village is making the world smaller and smaller. This will help us know more about what is happening in our world. But in the past, there are no such things. Next, the third point that my team second speaker said is technology has significantly improved all aspects of human life. She first said about technology change transportation. There are many of transportation example, electric train, aeroplane, cars. Technology also develop information. We can easily search anything from computers, but in the past, there isn't any computers in someone's house. Furthermore, technology in education. For example, in our school, all classrooms have air conditioner and projector. And also, in this room, there also be many technology like speaker, mic, and mixer. We, the government team, has successfully proven that our world is becoming better. We, the government team, are optimistic. We believe that people will become better. Meanwhile, the opposition team are pessimistic. They won't believe people will become better. We, the government team, are seeing there is a half bottle of water. But you, the opposition team, are seeing there is a half of water is missing. Thank you for the listening, and this is the end of my speech.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Next, we have the third speaker of the opposition to present her case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Okay. Good morning to judges and all the floors of members and timekeeper and my dear government team. Okay. I want to request the question what you have questioned that is okay. How about the phone? Is our brain is becoming worse, so you need to use all of the technological to remember all this information, isn't it? You need to use this information to remember. Why your brain you need to use? You need to think with this information, numbers, the knowledge. So why we need to use this information to help us to remember this? The next is the first speaker has said that life become longer. I don't think so. Our team is strongly disagree that. Why? Because we have add a lot of like pesticide and in our food, in vegetable and meat. So how do you think that our world is become better when they eat a lot of this poisoning food? Yes?
You say that there are pesticides in the vegetable, right?
Right.
But there's organic products, vegetable, anything, right? So you can buy that types of organic products. Don't eat pesticides vegetable. Okay, thank you.
Okay. We buy organic vegetables. It's expensive. Then we buy the vegetable is normal. So are you make sure then the organic vegetable is make sure the vegetable is purely organic? We cannot make sure that. So how do you think that the vegetable is everybody want to eat the vegetable which is organic. No, thank you. And next is you talk about the car. The car we change and change and change. The computer and phone we also change. We buy iPhone, we buy new pad, and then how about your old computer and cars? We need to throw them, isn't it? So how about you throw to the dustbin and how they put where they should put the old computers and cars? So we make a lot of rubbish in our world. I have a research that is our human have created nearly 1 billion tons of rubbish in our world daily. So after 2,100 years, our world is becoming all of the rubbish. Do you want to need that our world become this? Okay, next. You said that the second speaker speak that the internet have get a lot of better of us. Yes, I agree that because I have searched the point with internet. Yes, please.
Just now you say that you need to throw all technological products, but you can use it, right?
We can use it, but we buy new things. How can you use 2 computers through one time? Isn't it? You can use 2 iPhones in one time. You can call 2 people.
POI.
Isn't it?
Thank you.
So, okay, next. The internet is better, but it also can make our world become worse. For example, hacker. The hacker, okay, as for example, bank, there are a big system of our bank. Okay, so if the hacker have hacked the big banking system, how about our account and the password and the money in the bank? Is it? They can steal the money from through their internet or computer to steal our money. Is it? So the internet is not all is better. Sometimes it will cause our world become worse. And next, we use like Facebook, WeChat, a lot of internet information apps. So if somebody want to put a news is wrong, like US want to have a War 3, so how you and all of you believe that the War 3 will beginning. So all of you will we strongly disagree that our world is become better. Our world is become worse and have a lot of problems through our world. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 16 seconds. The first, second, and third speakers from government and opposition have delivered their speeches. Before the both teams deliver the reply speeches, each team will be given 2 minutes to discuss. The time starts now. Time's up. Here are the rules for reply speeches. After the speaker has spoken for 3 minutes, the bell will ring like this. And after the speaker has spoken for 4 minutes, the bell will ring twice. The speaker will have to stop. Now is the time for reply speech. We will now invite the opposition to present his reply speech. Time given is 4 minutes. Please begin.
Good morning to the judges, timekeeper, chairperson, and all debaters for the government team and the audience. Now it is time to wrap up our debate. Your team say that you say this world have less war, but not less weapons. But the weapon is more dangerous than before. And your team said, according to your team, we never know that when the War 3 will happen, but the weapon which the people create become more dangerous. So the third speaker also said that our world will have War 3. And once again, according to the opinion of the first speaker, Albert Einstein, a scientist from America, he expects that the weapons are used and getting more damageable. That is enough to make all humans to extinct. Next, the second point is the continuous war and lots of military technology have caused the total destruction of the environment. And the third point is environment. Global warming is getting worse and worse in our world. It makes the weather in our world become abnormal. For example, Taipei in Taiwan, it has never snowed before, but the place is starting to snow since 2016 to now. Next, the fourth point is about now people makes a lot of rubbish. Every day, humans can create 35 million tons of rubbish for throwing rubbish everywhere. They will throw it into the seas, gardens, beaches, roads, and even toilets. Next, according to the opinion of the second speaker, nowadays there are also people that abuse the advance of the internet to do something that are harmful to others, such as IS. The second point is about language. Time and funds to pursue projects. Marcus Garvey once said, people without the knowledge of their past history, origin and culture is like a tree without roots. This is all my speech. Our house still believes that the world is getting worse and worse. Still, we strongly disagree with today's motion. Thank you.
Thank you. The reply speech has taken 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Now, let's invite the government to present the reply speech. Time given also 4 minutes. Please begin.
Good morning, honorable educators, members of the listening team, chairman, and timekeeper. My name is Michelle, and I'm the reply speaker of the government team. I will conclude my team's point and strengthen them. Just now, the opposing team said that pollution, but you did not say pollution in what aspect, right? I repeat. Just now, the opposing team that said that pollution, but you did not say pollution in what aspect? Okay. Firstly, my team has said that our standard of living has improved significantly and is still increasing. Economy is the basics of society. When the economy is stable, society develops. By developing our economy and society, starvation and poverty will decrease and human lives are expanded up to the average of 79 years old, which is the double of lifespan 100 years ago plus. We won't have to worry about our next meal, or are we going to die from simple fever or flu. There's always enough food for you and sufficient medical equipment in this world today. Leading to the next point, technological advancement. Technological innovation is indeed important to economic growth and the enhancement of human possibilities, which lead us to our previous point. Technology brings us a lot of convenience, like electronic devices, transportations and household electronics. Besides that, with advanced transportation system, we don't need to waste our time in traffic jams. As more taking railways can also save air pollution, and as research from lighttrail.org shows that LRT's daily riderships is up to 180,000, which means we have successfully prevented this number of people to emit harmful gas every day. Isn't that improvement? Krista McAuliffe, a famous American teacher, once said, "I have a vision of the world as a global village, a world with boundaries." My second speaker just said that global village includes social medias like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. All of these social medias have a mutual function that is increasing the exposure of someone or something. They allow people to know and discover that in an unnoticed corner of the world, there are uncountable hands seeking for help. With that, people can share their love and help to those needy. At the same time, it allows people that are late of opportunity to leave their homes, explore the outside world. Summing up all our points motion, we, the government team, definitely have proof and reasons to agree to this motion. That is, this House believes that the world is becoming a better place. Thank you.
Thank you. The reply stage has taken 3 minutes and 50 seconds. We have now come to the end of the debate. Now, we will invite the judges adjourn to the meeting room to make a decision. Thank you.
Hello，同学，现在那些评审会在讨论着成绩，然后非常的感谢你们在这2节里面所展示出的日新学生的态度，非常的守规矩。虽然有些人除了 Good Morning， 剩下都听不懂，但是也是很感谢你们愿意这样的听完。然后等一下我们消钟过后。